The following is a message from your friendly neighborhood English major. Hi everybody, welcome to Almost Bros. My name's Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you why Noah was kind of wrong in his video. So Noah's video was entitled Mispronounced Words, which is a fair point, except that most of them weren't. So first I'd like to start with Noah's use of the word axe, which he was saying is not right for when you want to say, I want to ask you a question. Technically, it's not right. Like, if you put that into a Word document, it's not correct. However, it is a part of the African American vernacular English, which is a different sect of English, almost like a different dictionary needs to be applied there because they say different things. I'm not saying all of them do, but like if you were to say, I'd be fine, normally people would say, oh, that's weird, but that's not. It's technically correct in a different form of English. So Noah and the rest of you bros, I'm actually in an English class right now called English 305, and it's more of a linguistics class than it is an English class. However, it's very interesting to note what is and what isn't English, because that line is a lot different than what we think it is. My biggest example is the word hamster. Now, when you say hamster, there's a P in there. Why is there a P in there? Well, it's spelled H-A-M, H-A-M-S-T-E-R, hamster. But it's not hamster, it's hamster. Why do we say that? Because it's physically easier for us to say hamster. In fact, in 50 years, it will probably be H-A-M-P-S-T-E-R. Why? It has nothing to do with its etymology. It's because it's easier. That's why we say these words this way. A lot of that has happened over the years. There's a lot of things that we say these days, English purists say, oh, that's not right. But it is, because that's how we say things. English is not a set rule. It's not set. It changes. It's fluid. Noah also pointed out the use of the word irregardless from Mean Girls. That word is garbage. It means nothing. It has no purpose. Regardless is what is supposed to be used there. But irregardless has become such a trend since that movie that irregardless is a word now, meaning the same as regardless. So it's not that it's not a thing. It's just that it's changed into a thing, and it wasn't. Another one of Noah's points was sneaked versus snuck. He's saying that sneaked is a word, but snuck isn't. Snuck is a word because it became popular in the 19th century, for those of you who, the 20th century, so like the 1900s. So it's become a thing because we used it so much. The word bae, meaning babe, when it means, oh, it's a different word for poo in another language. No, it means bae now, because that's how much we've used it, because that's how words evolve, that's how our English has been used. When you say something's cool, meaning it's awesome, or it's really neat, we don't think about that as slang anymore, because it is part of the word. It used to be slang, but we use it so much now that it's actually like in the dictionary, hardly as slang anymore. Noah, it's kind of ironic that you used the term grammar Nazi in your video because, like the Nazis, you're kind of wrong. Because, things evolve. I'm a grammar Nazi as well. I get people on things because I don't want the language to change that way. And that's understandable. However, what is needed to be understood is that the language has already changed that way. There were a few examples in your video that I honestly agreed with. Like, I agreed with the all-intensive purposeness, or all intents and purposes. That's a fair one. That's one that's honestly corrected enough that we can get it back. But otherwise, it would just become English language. Minor side note, that's the only thing you have in common with the Nazis at all. Just thought that was important to say. And really, that's kind of the beauty of it. And I'm an English major, so I have that authority. It's awesome to see how the language changes that way, because it shows how we changed that way. How even though we're creatures of habit, we have a really awesome way of evolving our use of words and making them better. My English professor showed us this example of knife. N-I-F-E. But it has a K at the beginning. Why?
It's 5 o'clock.
Thank you, Jarvis. Why does it have that K there? Because it used to be knife. It literally used to be knife. But along the way, probably teenagers decided, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we pronounced it knife? And now we pronounce it that way. And it's so old That's just how it is. But it was probably, literally, scholars have said this is probably happened because of teenagers wanting to be ironic. And now it's not ironic anymore. It's how we say the word. Noah, I just want to leave this video with saying, even though a lot of those things that you said in that video you thought were wrong, a lot of them aren't wrong. So never judge a book by its cover, and maybe you should do a little bit more research next time. And as always, bros, love your faces. Have a good one. Bye. P.S. Noah, work on your volume setting, man. It's way too low. Bye.